So just a few announcements and then we're going to get right into it. So my husband and I have been wanting to move to North Carolina for a while now. About 3 years ago, he put in a request for a transfer for his job, and it finally just went through. So we are very, very excited, and also kind of freaking out a little bit about everything that needs to be done between now and the end of April. We have to figure out how to move all our stuff down there. We have to find a place to live, and I'm going to have to find a new job. So it's pretty stressful right now. So with that being said, all these videos are going to be pretty short and sweet. I'm not doing any fancy editing to them. I'm not going to be showing the shuffling these 2 months because that is all part of the editing process, and I just don't have the time to do all of that. And what else? So also, Mercury retrograde is coming up March 22nd to April 15th. And I have found in the past that during those times, I have a very difficult time giving private readings. I'm ruled by Mercury. I'm a Gemini. And it just affects me in a way where I just can't find the right words to come out. I mean, I can do a reading. It just takes longer and it's just more of a struggle for me. And then also I usually end up having like crazy technical difficulties and it makes me crazy. So I am not doing private readings during that time. And I'm also going to keep the doors shut from March 22nd all the way until May, once we are finally settled into our new place in North Carolina. So if you want a private reading with me, please get in touch by my website, thecreativegypsy.net, between now and March 21st, the first day of spring. Well, for the Northern Hemisphere, first day of fall for the Southern Hemisphere. Okay, so I think those are all the announcements. Oh, and also I'm going to be changing the name of my business. Once I feel 100% on the new name, I'm going to be making an announcement officially about all of that so that you are aware and you're not like, where is the Creative Gypsy? I can't find her. So follow me on Instagram to keep up to date with all of that at the Creative Gypsy. And yeah, I think that's that. So okay. So I have your cards laid out here. You actually ended up having 5 cards. Most of these I've been trying to do 4 cards, but you and Scorpio and Sagittarius all had 5 cards jump out, which is interesting. So I'm just going to lower the camera so that you can see the cards that are laid out for you. I'm going to zoom it a little bit. And I'm going to rotate them so you can see it from your perspective. So here we go. With that, can you see all of that? I think so. Just making sure it's straight because I'm weird like that. Okay. So we have Temperance, the 14th card in the Major Arcana in reverse. We have the 8 of Cups upright. We have the 6 of Swords upright, the 9 of Wands upright, and the King of Cups upright. And these two came out together. So I kind of see these as their own little message here. So it seems like the beginning of the month feels very uncomfortable for you, feels very out of balance. Excuse me, I need to take a sip of my tea here. Of course, it's scorching hot. Awesome. So, feeling out of balance, feeling stuck, feeling uncomfortable with where you are right now. Things are hanging in the balance for you. I also see your diet being affected as well, not eating very healthily. I'm a Cancer moon, and I've definitely been having issues with my diet. just being lazy about it, I guess. So I can relate. And yeah, just feeling very uncomfortable. And I feel like you get to this point where you're like, I'm over it. I'm over this feeling of being uncomfortable, that I'm going to just put all the drama and the problems of the past behind me. I'm going to pack light and just move on. I'm moving on from something that has made me feel extremely uncomfortable, extremely out of balance, and stuck in some way or another in my life. What else? 8 of Cups. So I also see this as taking your power back, emotionally taking your power back. So if you've had some traumatizing issues in the past, you're putting it all behind you, and you're going forward confidently on this new journey. And with that being said, it's like you've put the emotional distress behind you, but you will never forget those like what it did to you. If that makes sense, like letting go of the emotional ties to the past, but you're always going to remember as a way of protecting yourself, basically. You're going to carry those memories with you, so you know not to be fooled again, I guess you can say. I also see this month as like, so I feel like something pretty extreme happened to Cancer over the last couple months. And it's been a process of releasing and letting it go and trying to put it behind you, basically. And I feel like this experience that you've gone through, sorry about that sound. There's a firehouse that's like half a block away. Okay. So I feel like it's kind of like an initiation into this new version of you, if that makes sense. So when I see this card, I feel like I haven't forgotten what I've gone through, but I'm continuing forward. And I also think of initiation with this for some reason. And then we have the 9 of Wands, and I feel like these two tie together. So it's like you're almost through your initiation process. And I'm actually kind of curious if you are going to find some new abilities within yourself psychically. I feel like Cancer is just a very naturally psychic sign and has those abilities within them, whether they're dormant or not. And it seems like when people go through traumatic things, that's when it switches on. It just opens the door to something within you that you did not realize was there. I'm not really sure why I'm saying this, so maybe you guys will understand. The 9 of Wands, it's like you've come to the end of this battle. And I feel like this has happened recently for you. Like I've said this before, like you've got one last thing that you have to deal with, and you just got to deal with it and continue forward. So I'm wondering if you have not dealt with it yet, and maybe you're trying to force it behind you. Or maybe you've dealt, it's like 1, 2, yeah, so there's 8 here. You've dealt with all these other issues, but there's 1 left to be dealt with. So there's 1 last battle to be won. I mean, this chick has been through the ringer. She is backed into a corner, but she is not giving up the fight, Cancer. She's backed into a corner, but she is not giving up the fight. She's going to keep pushing forward. She's going to keep fighting back. She's used everything she's got, but she's got a little bit left, and she's going to use it. And that's what life's all about. Like, life is not going to be all unicorns and rainbows. There is a contrast of good and bad in this life. And it's up to you to decide how you react to those situations. Are you going to let it just beat you down until you're cowering in a corner, not knowing what to do with your life? Or are you going to push back even stronger? And I feel like that's what's happening here. And through each of these personal battles, you have discovered something within yourself. Whether you realize it or not just yet, but it's there. I think that you know it's there, but you are not fully facing it head on. So just know that there may be one more thing you have to deal with this month that may come to light, probably during Mercury retrograde. Just be careful with your communication. Try not to start unnecessary fights. And just be cautious with your words. Let other people, keeping your guard up, but not being, completely aggressive in life. You don't want to be completely cynical after everything that you've been through. Keeping that gleam of hope and alive, that people are still genuinely decent. There's always a few bad apples in the basket, but that doesn't mean all of them are bad. You know what I mean? So, I hope you understand what I'm saying. I don't know where this is coming from, so, well, I know where this is coming from, but. Then we have the King of Cups, and he is emotionally balanced. So it's very interesting that at the beginning of the month, you are totally out of balance here. You are not feeling like yourself. You're feeling extremely uncomfortable. And then the end of the month, you are feeling balanced. You're feeling emotionally stable. You're feeling content. You are feeling compassionate. You are feeling generous. You are feeling like yourself, powerful. But also, if you take a look, he's on a tiny little island. So he's like, I'm the ruler of this kingdom, but you guys, you stay over there. I'll watch you from over here. I'll observe you from over here. See, he's got his little telescope, or I don't know, whatever the heck you call it. Like a binocular, but the one ocular. Oh, God. So I think that's a message for you. Not getting involved in the petty bullshit of other people's lives and observing from a distance. Non-attachment is the lesson for you. Non-attachment, not getting attached and caught up in the problems of other people, in the emotions of other people. And it's very easy for Cancer to really absorb those feelings and have and not be able to decipher what is theirs and what is mine. So I strongly recommend looking into different ways of protecting yourself this month, protecting yourself, energetically protecting yourself, but then also just keeping your distance between you and other people that are not good for you, that may not have fully left your life just yet. You don't have to make like a formal announcement like, I'm removing you from my life and I don't want to be friends with you anymore, and that's that. That is a very immature way of handling your situations, and that's only going to cause more problems for you. Just giving space between you and those other people. Okay, I ran out of space on my phone, which is kind of ironic. Talking about giving yourself space, and I don't have space on my phone. Okay, so here's the rest of your reading. I pulled a card from the Nature's Whispers Oracle card deck, in addition to all these cards, and it's Let Love Be Your Beacon. So with this card, I feel like it's saying let love guide you through the initiation process of your life, through this releasing and starting this new chapter and coming back to you. Let love guide the way for that. Don't let yourself get stuck in cynicism, being cynical about everything that you've went through. Know that it's not always going to be a tough time for you. Like these trials and tribulations that you've gone through over the last couple months or whatever, it's not permanent. It's a temporary situation, even though it feels like forever. It will not last. Okay, so just keeping that in mind and not letting yourself become cynical about the world because of it. You should be using love to guide you through these difficult times to help transform you into a stronger, powerful, more alive, more authentic version of you that comes from a place of love and compassion for yourself and for others, because now you can understand that, this world is a place of contrast and you're not the only one who's gone through tough times. So it gives you a new perspective on other people and allows you compassion for them. Not saying that you did it in the past, but I'm just saying, coming from that place, then from a place of cynicism and distrust for everyone now. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind for March, Cancer. And I really hope that you enjoyed this reading.